I heard that DT and Dearica have something in common. They both love to twerk.
What? Oh, Diana loves a twerk. She's got no butt. She's got no loves a twerk.
On the scale of Dearica to DT twerking, I'm DT. I'm worse than DT. Hey, it's me, Cam Brink, and welcome back to Straight to Cam, a Wave original. Once again, I've got my teammate and co-host, Mama D, with me. Babysitting. And coming up on today's, it's crazy. It's true though, she is babysitting. Coming up on today's episode, we will talk about the WNBA Hall of Fame, Kelsey and I officially getting Centel'd, and our favorite tunnel fits with a very special guest. She's a 5-time Olympic gold medalist. Sorry, this bio is going to be a little long. 4-time WNBA champion, 13-time All-Star, and the all-time assist leader in league history, a true legend. Sue Bird, welcome to the show.
Woo! Thank you. I'm excited to be here. How does it go? Like, long-time listener, first time, or long-time fan, first-time caller? I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, no, we're so excited. I mean, you're the best. I've looked up to you for so long. So
up or down?
Down. You're good.
Well, everybody knows, Cam, I've been looking at you on all of Susan's videos, your tutorials.
Okay, we need
for years and years.
Can you explain that to the audience for those who don't know that we work with the same trainer?
Yeah, so we work with the same trainer, and a lot of times it's remote. So for me, it was just like you go into this app, you pull up your workout, and Susan would link a demo. So if you didn't know what the workout was, you click the link, cool, you get to watch somebody do it. And Cam was in high school at the time.
Ooh.
So all the demos was a young Cam, doing a squat, doing a lunge. And the whole time Susan would just be straight up correcting her. No, Cam, slower. No, Cam, move to the left.
This is how you
Cam, your weight needs to be here. No,
literally. No. And so do you know how embarrassed I was in high school? I was probably 14 when I started working with Susan, knowing that Sue Bird, Brianna Stewart, Megan Rapinoe are watching me work out and do it incorrectly was slowly killing me inside. And so they came up with a nickname for me because doing the workouts, Susan would always be slow down, you're doing it slower, it's all about the tempo. And so Megan and Sue coined the term slow down Cam. So
straight to Cam, slow down Cam.
Yep, straight to Cam, slow down Cam.
You played a big role.
Yeah.
You played a big role in our careers,
That's
Cam.
That's a great way to look at it.
Oh my gosh. But I do feel like we have our little athlete blueprint family. So I'm thankful for it. So I know Diana Taurasi took it easy on me, some games when we played it against each other twice.
Yeah, no, she never took it easy on me.
But I knew she liked me because I work with Susan. So we'd be running down the court and I would be I was assuming you'd screen me harder. And she was no, I like people that work with Susan.
Aw. But Diana's the kind of she'll do something during a game and then you'll be gosh, she probably hates me. And then she'll come up right after and be good job, kid.
Yeah, no, she's the best.
She elbowed me a few times my rookie year.
Same. Elbowed me a few times too.
Okay, so we're going to get into our confessionals. Do you have one ready? I'll start though.
I do have one ready.
Okay, you came prepared. Okay, so mine's very odd, but a couple weeks ago I was scrolling through TikTok and a friend of mine, a guy that is in my friend group, he posted this TikTok and the first screen shows he's I could never date a girl taller than me. And then a screenshot of me pops up.
Oh.
And then he's insinuating he would date me. And I look when he posted this and it was a year before we met. So now we're friends. And I'm you didn't take this down? Or
you have some explaining to do.
You got some explaining. It's just so odd to me. And it had 4 likes. That's the worst part. It had 4 likes, no comments. So my friends were you should be the first comment. I was hell no. So yeah, now my friend group got a little interesting. So
you want to go, Sue?
Yeah, I can go. So when I was in high school, I think it was high school. Yeah, high school, like early high school. I'm not even gonna tell you the year. It was like 1994.
I was 1 years old.
Out.
Cam wasn't born.
Yeah, I already know. That's why I already know. So I don't want to say it. So AOL and like AOL Instant Messenger, AIM, like this is all when it like first started.
Yeah.
And I still have an AOL email address to this day.
No way.
So your iMessage is at AOL?
Yep.
Wait. So your personal email is that?
Yeah, my personal.
So everything,
I have like a work email now.
Okay.
I've grown up a little bit.
Okay, good job, Sue.
I'm not going to age you, but my mom still has her Yahoo.
Yahoo?
So does my mom.
AIM name. What was your AIM name?
Oh, it was, so I wanted Susie Q10 because, you know.
Susie Q.
And it didn't work, so I had to keep adding Qs till it did. So it was Susie QQQ10.
That's hilarious. Mine was like tall.
Wait, did you guys have them?
Yeah, I might have one.
I don't even.
Mine was like tall girl 5.
We were so creative.
Super.
I think like the first social media I ever got was Instagram, and I was wise enough to not have a crazy name.
Yeah.
But
I called myself. Do you remember Black Planet?
What?
I do.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to have one of those.
Black Planet?
I don't know why I had it.
Yeah.
But
you were young.
I legit don't know what that is.
I was young, and actually at the time, my stepdad, I guess it sent him a notification through his email, like this person signed up, and then he took it to my mom and was like, "Hey,
what is it?"
It'd be like it's like a social media thing, but it was for like dating.
Oh my gosh! And how old were you when you got it?
Like a platform.
It was just like a platform, yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Thank you. That's a good word. She saved me.
Yeah.
Keep it modern. Keep it sounding modern. It wasn't modern, but
I'm just here with the grandmas. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to say that, apparently.
it was like before. Wait, have you guys ever heard of Friendster?
Mm-mm.
You're missing us.
Okay, I didn't have it,
too.
thank God. It was like Friendster was like, I don't know, before or after Black Planet, like kind of around the same time, but it was like right before MySpace.
Before
Wow.
MySpace, but after Black Planet?
Yeah, before MySpace.
Yeah.
Was Facebook the first? Facebook was the first.
No.
What?
No. MySpace, it's like,
MySpace was before that.
You didn't have, we had like top 10. Do you remember your top 10?
You could put like a song to your profile.
Yeah, and you could get real fancy. You could start to edit the page, and you could like hack it. And
So you're like, you would code?
You could code it, yeah.
Oh my
you could start to do
gosh.
that.
My generation's just not smart enough to do that. We're getting dumber.
They're
by
smart
the
enough,
moment.
but they're just lazy. Make a page for me, and it like does it.
True. It literally
really
does everything for you.
Yeah.
Okay, D.
My confessional is there's these things like Labubus, and my daughter is obsessed with them. And I thought it was cute when she was like doing it. And then I got in my Uber today, and this grown man had 2 Labubus hanging from the mirror. And then I thought they were creepy, and I was like, this is weird now.
Do you know what a Labubu is, Sue?
I don't.
It's like these little like dolls, but they have like 9 teeth. But I guess they're for adults now. But
You know, like
Adult dolls.
the bag charm trend, like people have. It's like it's cool to have a Labubu and like wear it on your purse or your backpack but to me it just looks like you have too much time on your hands. Amaya can have as many Labubus
that's what I was
as
saying.
she
The
wants.
kids are fine, like playing with them, but a grown man in mine is like, he probably has a lot.
How much do they cost?
I don't know. Mine has been free, so.
Okay, that's
But
good.
yeah,
From my research, these little demon dolls are they're $69.
we have to show her what they look like.
Yeah. No, they're a little demonic looking, I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe Sue, search it on your phone really quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Little boo boo, like spelled like it sounds.
Google will probably autocorrect you.
Little boo boo.
Make sure it has 9 teeth.
Does it actually have 9 teeth?
Maya said the real ones have 9 teeth.
She's so
Oh, Labubu, got it. Oh no, yeah. I thought you were saying little. No, I've never seen these.
What are your thoughts?
They're creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine
Why do they
your
have like
Uber driver.
I wasn't expecting fur. Are they all furry?
They're all furry.
What was like the
But
thing?
they have like smaller ones too that aren't furry, but most of them are furry.
In like the 90s, these things were popular. They looked like little owls, but like with not Tamagotchi.
Oh my God. Furby?
Furby. Good. Nice.
Furby.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength. It's giving like Furby kind of. Furby's creeped the hell out of me.
Yeah, Furbies were weird.
Did you guys ever have an American Girl doll?
That's more my, I feel like, yeah, no.
No?
Yeah,
That's
my
like
niece
right
didn't have
after
that.
me. Yeah. That's after me too.
I had a bunch of those and they creeped me out. I had to like put them in my closet when I was falling asleep as a kid because their eyes like open and close. And I swear, I feel like it was a nightmare. Did you ever like confuse a nightmare with an actual memory as a kid? You know what I'm talking about? Basically, I had a nightmare once that my American Girl doll's eyes were closing and shutting on their own. So I basically gave them away after that.
You seen the movie Megan?
Wait, do you guys watch Love on the Spectrum?
Yes. I haven't watched the
I'm
most
not reality
recent
TV, but
season, but yeah.
I know what it's about. Yeah.
There's one of the new characters. She has like a American Girl doll collection that is unprecedented.
She's rich then.
It
she's wealthy because
her whole living room. It was amazing.
They
I
are
love
expensive.
Love
You
on the
have to
Spectrum.
build like a whole nother house for it. Like
oh god.
they have
Okay.
so many things.
Enough doll talk.
It's getting weird.
Okay, so we're gonna get into good bump. Have you ever heard the term good bump before?
No.
Okay, so
Am I too old for this?
no. I promise you're not because I didn't know what this term was either. Have you heard it before either? Really?
Like good run. Like
Yeah, it means good run basically. But
Okay.
like basically like the NBA players in my family taught me like and taught Centel'd like they were like it basically means good run. It could be good food. It could be good music. It could be anything. So this is our segment where we're just talking about basketball related stuff. So you play basketball and you played basketball and you're being named to the WNBA Hall of Fame. And the ceremony is happening right before this episode drops. Claps for that, you guys. Everyone in the studio is clapping for you. If you can't hear.
Thanks, guys.
Now that you've stepped away from the game, how does it feel seeing the impact you've made and getting all of your flowers?
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. I think that's like one of the biggest misconceptions about some of the quote unquote older players, retired players, now that the game has like gone to this other level that we feel a way about it. I'm so proud. Like I love going to games. I love watching you guys. I love staying connected to the league. Like we played in it for so long, or I played in it for so long. It's all I ever wanted was to see it grow. So the fact that it's doing it, I'm like so proud I was ever a part of it. And it's really fun. You know, being retired has like some hard parts to it for sure, but it's fun kind of figuring out how I can stay involved, whether it's through podcasting or like I said, going to games as just like a fan, staying in touch with you guys. I've been having a great time with it. So retirement so far has been good. And when I look back, I have a lot of memories. So it was all worth it.
what do you think? You said a little bit of it's hard. What's been hard? Like what aspect of it?
Yeah, just like you do something for your whole life. I mean, like I don't even remember how old. I know nothing else, you know, outside of playing basketball. Whether it was as a super little kid, just going to the park. I had an older sister. I would go to her practices. I was like that annoying younger kid who was just at the practices constantly getting in the way. And then you fast forward, what ended up being a 20-year pro career. And I just didn't know life without it. So the identity part is probably the hardest. It's kind of nice in the first like 6-7 months, not having a schedule. You do whatever you want. You eat whatever you want. You wake up whenever you want. That part's kind of nice. But then pretty quickly you're like, wait a minute, like
What's
I got to
next?
do
Yeah.
something. And then you have to start to deal with that part of it. So those are the hard adjustments.
Are you still working out like basketball wise or
No. Oh my
you
God,
don't pick
no.
up a basketball?
No. I literally milked it. I practically limped off the court. It all just stayed there.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
wish
gonna
I
be
could
me.
play 20 years. Like
I feel like I'm
can
just
only-
gonna be like, all right.
You're
peace.
at year 11.
Yeah.
You got 9 more. You can make it.
I was thinking 6 or 7, but 9 is a lot.
Yeah.
9's a lot.
Do you feel like players should have like a goal of how many years they want to play, or do you feel like you should just be like how my body feels going out on my own terms? Yeah.
But you gotta
Yeah,
think
I
like
think it's impossible.
yeah. But I think, right, like when I got in the league, it was like, let's play at least like 5 years. Like, I'm going to play 10 years. And now it's like, the goal is like, I mean, a lot of people, when you get drafted, you're like passing that time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. They scare,
changes,
like, I remember the meetings, like, right after we all got drafted, like, we go into this meeting room and they're like, the average career is 3 years. So capitalize as much as you can. Save all of your money. I was like, well, shit. Like,
yeah, it's like the first, like
years?
one person getting cut on day one and then like Sue Bird, and it's like the average.
Oh God. It's like, I mean, and it makes sense. It like averages out. Like, but I'm like, I was like, please, I want to play at least 7. At least 7.
Do you think it's still 3? I mean, I guess it's literally you take like day, and then years. So
it's because the league is like so small, or it has been so small for so long. It's like there's only so many spots, and the ones that are having the long careers, they're not giving them up.
They're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to give it up.
I'm gonna play.
I didn't say that. I just was repeating it. Somebody else said that.
Another question about your career. Like, do you think there's a moment that you replay over and over again from like a specific game or a practice? Like, what do you feel like is like always on your mind?
I really don't think about it that much. The only time I really miss it ever is when the playoffs start. That's when I'm like, okay, that like this part was fun, but I don't miss, pretty much anything else. I'm not going to lie. But like when the playoffs get going, like that's when I start to miss it. So yeah, every now and then if I'm in conversations with people and it comes up and like this question, like I can think back to some pretty amazing playoff runs. I can think back to like terrible epic failures. Those are the ones you probably remember the most. To be honest, if I'm really going to give it to you, like for real, the thing I remember the most is like my last couple games.
Yeah.
Cause we kind of tricked one away in the playoffs that cost us a series, and then it was over. That's a bummer.
When was that?
That was 2022 against, a certain team. Red and black, a little bit of silver now. Yeah, we lost to the Aces in the semis.
It's rough.
Game 3 still stays with me.
Yeah.
Mind you, I was throwing up in the locker room that game.
You were?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh my gosh. I was at your last regular season home game in Seattle.
Oh, okay.
And I got emotional for you. It was like crazy. I'm like a crier though, but I was there with Susan, our trainer, and Curtis, and my parents were there. And you could just feel like everyone around, like, I don't know, the energy was just so different. Everyone was so like tapped in with each other. Like I could tell like people were checking in with each other in the stands. Like, are you okay? Like, are we going to be okay? So, and you gave like the most beautiful speech. I don't know how you managed to like get it all out. I would have been a mess. Like, did you practice like what you're going to say, or?
No,
it was just from the heart?
For my final game, no, I didn't really want to think about it. It was as athletes, like we're so good at compartmentalizing. That was the ultimate compartmentalization experience of my life. It was like trying to win a game, but then trying to like enjoy and soak in like every moment of it. Cause it really was so special. Like all my friends and family got flown out. Obviously the crowd was amazing, but then you have this like serious game that you're supposed to play in. So it was tricky. So I didn't even want to think about what I was going to say after. And then I don't know, when you're in a place for as long as I was in Seattle, it just kind of, it's like cliche, but I just spoke from the heart. So it wasn't, I wasn't trying to name names or have specific things. I just said what it all meant to me.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm the worst at public speaking, so that's going to be rough for me. You're not going to like doing that either.
I hate public speaking.
Dearica hates public
you literally
speaking.
have a show where you're public speaking.
It's different, but like
I can do this.
But no, this is still like podcasting's hard though.
I know I'm over here like probably sweating a little bit.
I know. I always sweat through everything. Every single episode. There was one of my first times filming. I was wearing a gray long sleeve and I went to like reenact something. And I swear my pit stain was from my elbow to my fucking rib. Like it was so bad.
You can't wear gray. No gray.
Can't wear gray.
I didn't get them.
We all get a little sweaty. All of us podcasters. Me too. I sweat too. We all get a little sweaty.
Sweaty Betty. So you've had so many funny moments with DT. I mean, you guys played together. You were in Russia together. Like, I mean,
the Russia stories.
I know.
None of you can even speak of them.
I know. Gosh. One of my
Still, is the NDA not expired?
Not yet. I don't want to go to war.
I know. Seriously. Damn. One of my favorite clips of you and DT was you thought it was a jump ball, but they called a foul against you. And then you're both like going at the refs like, no, she was holding me. She was holding me. And like, it's just anytime I see it, it's like, probably I just cackle. Like it just really sums up your guys' relationship. I feel like it's like, do you have any other like stories playing against each other? Like I mean, I remember, on your pod, like you were like, I want to punch DT in the face sometimes when we're playing, but that's because like she's still my best friend, but it's like we're both competitors.
Who doesn't want to punch her in the face when they play her? You're lying if you've never thought about punching her in the face. No, interestingly, like we were just talking about this recently, like a couple months ago. We played overseas for what ended up being like 8 seasons together. And, I mean, you guys overseas, it's like there's so much downtime.
Cam
it's like 2 prices
this.
a day. You're constantly in the gym. Honestly, a lot of times it's a waste of time. So you're just like sitting there and we're like, wow, we never played one-on-one except for this one time. We played one-on-one one time. And I don't even I don't even remember who won, probably her. It's not even about that. But very quickly, like as the game started to go, we just started similar to that jump ball. It was just like, and I remember I said to her, I was like, if I was tall, I'd be kicking your ass right now. And she's like, well, if I was fast, you wouldn't be getting by me. It just started getting into that. And then we were like, you know what? Let's just go to dinner.
Let's just go to dinner. Let's go get a drink. Yeah. Wait, that is so funny. I feel like that facial, for those of you who are listening, I feel like that sums up, like, I feel like I've seen you make that face so much. Like, it's like, that is Sue when she's playing basketball. You're like, what? I love it. Another note on DT. I heard that DT and Dearica have something in common. They both love to twerk.
What?
You said that's her go-to. Well, because you said that's her go-to dance move. Or I've definitely seen DT twerking.
No one has seen me
Diana
twerk in
loves
years.
a twerk. She's got no butt. She's got no ass. Loves a twerk.
I love it. Dearica's a professional twerker.
I don't know why you keep. That's in the past.
It's not.
Sue doesn't know this about me. Let's
I don't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I know now though.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
Wait, you didn't see the TikTok that like Asia Wilson did after we won the gold medal?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
That is D twerking.
She looks like she's in pain. Wait, didn't someone say she looks like she's in pain when she's doing it?
Ooh.
No, I have to quickly. You're gonna kill me.
Oh my! Again.
So my first real game with Dearica with the Sparks last year, we were playing at Long Beach of all places. But we're in the locker room and we're about to go out. They put some music on the speaker. Everyone's dancing, and then Dearica gets into a headstand and starts twerking in a headstand. Welcome acrobatic
to the league.
Yeah, welcome to the league. And I was just kind of just stood there like shocked. I was like, there's just no way I would ever be able to replicate this. Could you imagine?
She set the bar high.
I'm on the scale of Dearica to DT twerking. I'm DT. I'm worse than DT.
So. Give yourself a little. You can give it a little more. We got to add another person.
If I have like a loose pair of shorts on, maybe. But jeans, no.
Next topic. Yeah, okay, Sue, so I'm coming to my 11th season. Obviously, you played a very, very long time, and we have seen you've gone through the whole process of the fan base and the game just evolving the way it has. Now, we are on the other side of the trolling, and people, I guess, picking at us. We're getting Centel'd now. So what do you think about that?
Well, let me read what this tweet is. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
They tweeted.
I haven't seen yours.
No, it's quite hilarious because, well, let me explain. So they said Los Angeles Sparks practice was delayed due to Kelsey Plum and Cameron Brink arriving in the same outfit and refusing to acknowledge each other.
Wait.
So I told Kelsey about this probably a couple weeks ago because it's been out for a while. And Kelsey was like, send it to me. I'm going to quote tweet it and say, that fucking bitch.
11.6 million views.
11.6 million views on this tweet.
It's a popular account. It's a popular account. No, I actually think it's good though, right? Like you were saying, like the last year plus has been crazy with the social media takes around the WNBA. Like just, you guys know the craziness.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and then add on the 20 plus years of just like people shitting on us all the time. So this is actually to be on a parody account. I feel like that's actually, it sounds weird, but it's actually a good sign.
It's a win. It's like, a dub.
We're part of the joke. We're not the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
They're laughing with us.
Yeah. We have thick skin though. We have thick skin. Like it's
everybody gets Centel'd on the guy's side.
Yeah.
It's like Shacked in a Fool or something.
Yeah.
We should have that. Why don't we have that on the women's side?
You should have that.
And you can end up on Shacked in a Fool.
You know, all the fouls I've committed, yes, I should.
No, me dribbling off of Asia's shoe.
That was, can we talk about that? Did you see that?
I didn't see it. What happened?
Oh, you explain.
We were playing the Aces like a week ago, and Asia's shoe comes off in the middle of their possession. I get the rebound, and I'm dribbling. My head's up for once. I'm dribbling, looking up the floor, and I dribble the ball, and it just disappears. And
you look so confused.
I'm literally looking around like, what? Like the ball just disappeared, and I didn't see anybody around me. Like, and it was Asia's shoe, like blending in with the floor. It's a new colorway.
They gave the ball back to Vegas.
They gave the ball.
I stood up. I was like, what the?
And I go to the ref, and there's like me pointing out, and I'm like, it's Asia's shoe. She's like, well, she has to be in it. And so it was actually really funny, but
Lynn got
like,
attacked
bull.
because of
like,
that.
then they went on a like crazy run after that, and I was like.
I feel like, I don't think she has to be in it.
Thank you. So it's like, so I can just take my shoe off and just start like.
It's like an obstacle.
Like throwing it.
Yeah, it's a booby trap.
That's what they said. It's like Mario Kart. Like
it's like a banana peel. Like, but like you just have to imagine like when you dribbled it off the shoe,
it literally disappeared. The ball just
your face. I've never seen you look more confused.
I was
hilarious.
Really confused.
You were like, I don't even understand what just happened.
It just disappeared, and then all I see is Asia's shoe, and I'm like,
I've never had a shoe fall off. Has it ever happened to you?
No, me neither.
You?
God damn it, that A1.
Tie your shoes a little bit tighter, and we'll never run into that problem. Wait, sorry. Going back to the Kelsey thing though, I just need to share this story too. So. Before, I guess I forget who we were playing, but I usually like change into an outfit that's more comfortable to sit in on the bench because like what I walk in it like into the games in is a little bit raunchy sometimes. So I brought another outfit to change into, but the outfit I brought to change into was sheer. Like you could see my panties through it. So I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. So then Kelsey looks at me and she's like, do you want to just wear what I wore into the game? No one noticed, but I literally wore her leather shorts and her leather jacket on the sideline, but no one noticed.
Is that so? But that's not what this joke is from?
No, this was before that.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Good
Probably
job,
just looks a lot different on my tiny booty cheeks were hanging out of the shorts.
I know, like, how did you fit that?
Because I have a small, tiny butt, so it worked out.
I guess I meant more like the height part. But
they were short, but they worked. No, like they still fit somehow.
Cheeks hanging out.
Yep, my cheeks are hanging out just a little bit. What inspired your guys' podcast's name, A Touch More? What's the story?
I'll tell you exactly where it came from. All right, it's like peak pandemic. We're all stuck in our homes. Megan and I decide we're going to go on IG Live like weekly and we're going to like do this show, whatever this is going to be, we're going to do it. And then at one point we're like, all right, we got to think of a name. Probably like a couple weeks prior to that, it was pandemic. We didn't know if we were going to play the season. It was an Olympic year. Like there were so many unknowns, but we didn't know what the hell was going on. So it was like, do you keep working out? We're obviously eating drinking, doing whatever you're needing to do to get by. So like, and where are you going to work out? So all of that was like out of whack. And at one point, you know, I was like getting in the shower or something. So I'm naked and I look over and I'm like, do I like look the same? You know, like how are things looking? Because, you know,
you access to Meg?
Yeah,
or to yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, to myself.
How you doing,
self-talk on another level. That is self-talk on another
Get in the
level.
mirror, you could ask.
No, I say it to Megan. I'm like, how are things looking? You know, and she's like, yeah, like, you know, yeah, it's the same. I'm not convinced. And I'm like, well, what the fuck was, like, what was that? She's like, well, like, you know, just like, you got a little, like a touch more. It's like a touch more there. And I was like, oh.
At least she was on.
And that is why our podcast is named A Touch More.
Wait, so how did that conversation end?
I was like, well, you listen, there's sometimes you need to lie. And that was one of them.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Ben needs to learn how to lie sometimes.
I appreciate honesty.
I dyed my hair darker recently and I was like, what do you think? And he was like, yeah, I like you more blonde. But I'm like, at least we don't look like siblings now, you know? Like, maybe we still do, but who knows? I'm like, at least we got different hair colors going.
Voice, it's like when their voice goes a little like higher, like, oh, yeah, like. I'm like, well, you're lying. Well, you know.
Yeah, no, that's been
You
everybody.
gotta do the Oreo method, like compliment, bad thing, compliment.
Oh,
you mean a shit sandwich?
Yeah, I just get so pissed because I know that I can see that from a mile away. Like when someone starts with a compliment, and I'm like, just fucking say what you want me to
So what do you want? You want the you want the lie or the truth?
I want the truth, but just say the truth. You know what I mean?
Two things could be true.
No, just tell me what's wrong. Okay, bird's eye view. Wait, okay, but I remember like going to Seattle Storm games, and there was like a little segment. What was that one called? On the jumbotron.
God.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I remember this.
That was awesome. Wait, what was that?
Between bird suits. Between two birds.
That was a good. The green screen.
Is that 3-point?
Yeah. That was a former life. We might bring it back though, but that was a former life. But yeah, Between Two Birds was like, it was a play off that show. I cannot pronounce the guy from The Hangover, Zach
Galifianakis.
There it is. He has a show called Between Two Ferns. It's like tongue in cheek, like dry, like super dry, where you're just really like fucking with the people. And that's, we did that, but it was Between Two Birds.
Oh, it was so good.
But I'm not doing that anymore. Now it's Bird's Eye View.
I was going to say we should bring back a version of Punk.
Wait, was that a thing? What?
Punked? Yeah.
Oh.
So you should be the producer of it and just like go at WNBA players.
That would be hilarious.
Yes.
All the side quests for Sue now. I'm like,
just
like
a little check.
every WNBA team that comes into Seattle, like on their way into the arena, I find a way to punk them. Yes. I kind of like it.
Hilarious.
Ooh.
There's no basketballs for shoot around.
Oh no. Give him a men's ball. That would be crazy. Do you remember that in the NCAA tournament they gave, was it UConn that had to play with men's ball? I think it was.
No, yeah,
anyways, okay, but what made you want to start Bird's Eye View?
Honestly, doing A Touch More is so much fun. We cover like all different topics around women's sports, try to have fun with it. Kind of where sports and like culture come together is more so what we talk about. But obviously we talk about the WNBA, and it was in those conversations where I was like, oh, I'd love to have like more like in-depth basketball conversations with the players, like more in-depth interviews. So that's kind of how Bird's Eye View, the idea came about. And that's basically what it is. I kind of talk a little bit at the top of every show about just like what I'm seeing that week or the last couple weeks, maybe a player, maybe a team, maybe a trend. But then majority of the show is just me sitting down with different players. I'm sure I'll have you two on at some point. Just talking about basketball. Some of it is like, you know, where they came from and kind of like why they are the player they are, like what got them to that point. And then eventually we'll get into the WNBA season, just talking about different aspects of their game. And I don't know, like what's challenging, what's been fun, everything in between. So it's been really cool so far.
We have we need an opinion.
Oh yeah. Honestly.
Or some guidance. You know, we're struggling in those third quarters. How do you like get your team to be like more locked in or like sense of urgency in the third quarter because we're struggling with that.
We are.
And I was like, how do you teach that? Because it's not like we're warming up. It's not like we're not warming up. Like, how do you
So I was
like
actually
reel
going to
that
ask
in?
that. So one of the things that who knows what year it was that we did, it was like, all right, we got to get out there like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was a
We tried
grind
that.
because, you know, people always last minute have to pee, always last minute have to like go get a snack. But we were like, we got to get out there by 5 minutes. So we like and we would do layup lines.
Yeah.
We
I
do
don't know.
3:30,
I
no?
don't
Do you
know.
think that itself like helps?
I don't know.
So we got to do
I feel
5
like
minutes. We're
everything
doing
is
4 minutes, so we got to do 5.
4 minutes. Okay.
A minute can make
I think everything is mental.
Yeah.
So you probably just have to figure out, like, try new things, try different things,
Yeah.
and see what works. Because the truth is, it's mental. Like maybe
Yeah.
it's, hey guys, for the first 2 minutes, go crazy on defense. Like get exhausted.
I was gonna suggest that we just fucking trap everything for 2 minutes just to like,
Yeah.
I'm telling our secrets, but
No, I mean,
to just like have like set the
Yeah, like,
tone of
turn it
like
up.
just aggressiveness. Yeah.
one of our coaches made a good point. It's like, we're not a bad defensive team. We're a good defensive team. It's just we piece together like 4 great possessions in a row, and then we fall off really quickly. And I feel like it's like that communication really reminding each other, like, okay, hey, like I got your help on this one. Like, hey, like let's continue to like keep this momentum. But it's hard. I mean, we're all like new to playing with each other too, so we're still figuring it out.
Yeah. You got to have a lot of like understanding for that. You could always do the old like 3 scores, 3 stops, or score stop.
we
You
do
know,
that.
you could try to do that, and then tell your coaches put some money on it.
Yeah, we did. We
That
did a
never
little
hurts.
side. We did a little side bet one game. We were playing Chicago, and like we know, like Angel likes to get offensive boards, so he's like, first person that gives up the O board has to tell a coach that they talk too much.
And who was it?
It was me. So
Dang.
we're up that game, like we're in halftime, and he actually, the coach I was gonna say it to didn't talk at halftime. So I was like, fuck.
He was like, well, what did I do? Poor Mike. Poor Mike.
I was like, you got anything to say? You talk too much.
You played it off well.
Yeah, I did play it off well.
Whatever.
But I think the side bets are fun.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about the one where it walked into
Kelsey?
film.
Yeah, you tell that one.
No, you tell it.
Okay, so you know how Kelsey likes to like, she's like, all right, we're gonna do this. Like she likes to make games out of stuff. So we were all walking into film, and she's like, the first person to break silence in film, like if you can't answer to anybody, like
Yeah,
don't
you
make
can't
a
say
peep.
hi, like
Yeah.
can't chuckle.
The first person to make a noise has to pay for the first team meal. And she already, like, we all walk in. It kind of
No, it got weird. It got like, awkward
because
because
it got
like,
really awkward.
You know, everybody walks in, you're normally like, ah. So people are like, what's up? We're like head nodding.
I was just eating my breakfast
Yeah,
head down.
everybody had to have their face down because they were just like trying not to laugh.
I had to put my
And
shirt
then
on
coach
my
is
face.
like, what do you think about the last game? And it's just silent. And like her eyes just go like, and then Kelsey just like bust out laughing.
Yeah, so Kelsey's got to pay.
Yeah. And she's like,
So
oh,
Kelsey's got
man.
to pay.
Yeah.
Kelsey's got to pay.
Kelsey's got to
But
pay.
the side bets are fun.
That's fair.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out, though. I mean, it's hard. Like, our team, we still have a lot of the same pieces, but we added a lot of new pieces. So we're figuring it out. And when I'm back, hopefully the one thing I can do is add some defensive.
Don't you start.
You know what time it is. It's time for me to say that this episode of Straight to Cam is brought to you by McDonald's all new McCrispy strips. I seriously can't get enough of the McCrispy strips, and I won't stop talking about it. Where else are you gonna get that perfect tender golden brown peppery breading? Literally only at McDonald's. That's where. You know I rave about the sweet and savory creamy chili McCrispy strip dip. But the best part about the McCrispy strips is that they go with any sauce. So whatever sauce era you're in, get it. Today I'm in a honey mustard mood, but just in case, I think I'll add the creamy chili McCrispy strip dip because you can never have enough sauce. They're so good that my friends know they have to order them their own McCrispy strips when they're with me because I'm not sharing. Wait, I have to go. I think my McDonald's just arrived. Before I leave, you should go out and get yourself some. New McCrispy strips with a creamy chili McCrispy strip dip. It's chicken made for dipping, only at McDonald's. Order now. It's WNBA season, it's summer, and some of my favorite reality shows are back on air. And as an athlete, many people believe I had to sacrifice parts of my life, but with ZBiotics pre-alcohol, I am not compromising, enjoying the fun moments of life and balancing my fitness goals. Sometimes after a long day of practicing, a girl just wants to wind down with a little drinky drink and her reality TV show. And with ZBiotic pre-alcohol, I woke up the next morning feeling great. I was at the gym first thing in the morning and I didn't miss a beat. ZBiotics also has a sugar to fiber prebiotic drink mix. Mixing sugar to fiber into a drink every day is a simple step I can take to improve my gut health. The sugar to fiber takes sugar that most of us don't need in our diet and turns it into leaven fiber, something most of us do need in our diet, to help feed a more diverse set of bacteria in the gut. Both were built by PhD scientists who saw the need to help people live a more balanced life. And I, for one, am so happy to have ZBiotics in my life. Go to zbiotics.com/Cam to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use code CAM at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/Cam and use the code CAM at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, ZBiotics, for sponsoring this episode and our good times.
We saw that you were talking about how Twitter conversations turn into mainstream media conversations. We know people are going to talk. That's why it's important that we're having basketball players start to kind of speak up more about things happening within our, I guess, game. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, it's been crazy to see, like, especially last year.
Yeah.
Just like one person on Twitter's opinion can just spread in such a
fact.
way where all of a sudden,
Yeah, like wildfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're turning on like whatever channel you watch, mainstream media, and they're saying the same narrative. Like the targeting one is really the one that got, I think, the most run, the most play. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, targeting?
Yeah.
Like, what? Where did that come from? But then it just blew up and it became the truth for a lot of people. So I think where I've landed on it is like, that's not going to change, sadly. It's kind of like the world we live in. But what we can do is have shows like yours, shows like the ones I'm doing, where we can just tell the truth and kind of add the truth to those stories so people can hear the real thing. Because it's crazy. I mean, one thing gets said and people just believe it because they don't know any different because the coverage hasn't been there, which is like tales of its time at this point.
Yeah. I think like people would even come up to me and be like, you poor rookie. Like,
they hate you.
They hurt you. They hurt you. That's why you're hurt right now. I'm like, no. Unfortunately, my knee said, fuck you. And that's why I'm not playing. But it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that.
And it's like on your, your For You page is just like all the gossip and all the untrue things. And I'm just like, I can't even like filter this stuff out. It's crazy.
You can't even keep up with it.
You gotta stay off the For You.
And then
you gotta stay off the For You.
The For You.
It is insane. Like I've seen many things said. I'm just like, what are y'all even talking about?
I know. I'm like so surprised.
Go get a job.
Like for real. We have too many unemployed people. You know what my favorite comment is like someone will be like, I'm employed. What does this mean? Like,
you can't be employed and on Twitter all day.
I mean, but the thing is, like, I don't even have Twitter on my phone.
Oh, it's X. Sorry, X.
Yeah, X. I don't have X on my phone. I can't even. I just know that I'm like, I will not like anything that I read. So I just don't have it on my phone.
Good. Get it off. I like log out.
I can't.
That's like my big, like, fuck you. I'm like, I'm logging out.
That's show up. Yeah. That's got to be like the next step for me because I don't know. I get, And then the For You is like stuff of you starts popping up. And you're just like, I didn't even ask to see this. Like,
yeah. I saw one of my friends apparently has a crush on me. So that was a jump scare. I was like, you just see the most random shit. So, but speaking of scrolling on social media, I'm sure you've seen this. Reneé Rapp said that she would set you up with Regina George from Mean Girls because she plays Regina. What are your thoughts on that?
I love it. What a compliment. I'm flattered. Totally flattered. I love it. I don't know if Regina George, would Regina George and I work? I don't know. I'm sensitive. I'm a sensitive soul. She's like literally the definition of a mean girl, Regina is. But shout out to Reneé. I appreciated that.
I love her. I think she's hilarious.
Yeah, she's great. Do you guys watch Sex Lives of College Girls?
Yes, great show.
Oh,
have you seen it?
I don't watch TV.
She doesn't watch TV.
Oh, well,
we're in LA. We need to know. We need to know. We need to be with it.
I watch Miss Rachel. So
You watch what?
she just came out with a new potty training episode.
Oh, Sue doesn't even know what
is that the
is.
YouTube mom
Yeah.
person?
Oh, you do. You're around kids enough. You get it. Whose kids are you around the most? Ruby?
No, it's so sad.
she got
I was
sad.
definitely, I'm just going on a limb. I was Ruby's first friend for sure.
Oh,
I was Ruby's first best friend. And now
miss her.
I do miss her, but now I have to like show her pictures of us from when she was younger to be like,
Remember?
no, I promise. Like, we know each other. It takes her like a little bit to warm up. Once she's warmed up, she's good. But
Yeah,
that's
every now and then I
hilarious.
get a little sad about that.
Yeah.
Maya and KP went through that because it was like always KP, and then like TP came along, like other
Yeah.
players, and Kelsey kind of got like kicked to the curb a little bit. She was like, "You don't remember me?"
I'm Kelsey. Yeah. No, for those of you who don't know, Ruby's Stewie's daughter, and she's so tall now. She's
I
like
know.
a string bean now. I love it. She's so sweet.
I cannot believe how much she looks like Stewie too.
She
She's
looks
like
just like Stewie. Oh my God.
proper mini me. Yeah, it's so cute.
I'm obsessed with it. I want a baby.
Relax.
I know. I'm like, whoa,
Cut the cameras.
One
that
day,
sounds hard.
5 years from now.
It's not that hard.
Nah, we'll figure it out.
What?
Is that
I got
crazy?
2 babies. No, not crazy to want a baby. It's just the work. Oof.
Yeah.
No, I love babies, but man,
Are you having any?
I don't think so. I got my eggs on ice though. My eggs are on ice, so you never know.
Thanks for sharing that.
Eggs on ice. I need to do that. I should do that probably.
No, so
You should
okay.
do that.
Yeah. No, that's a real.
You should
that's
do it.
actually
No,
a real
I know
thing.
it is, but
Have you done that?
no, clearly not.
Well, but you don't know. Like, is it really invasive? Like, does it hurt a lot?
I had like a really good experience. You do have to give yourself shots with a needle, but the needle does the work. It's like so small, so thin, and so sharp, and you just go boop, and it's like a whole like all in. It's like maybe 2 weeks.
And that's how that takes the eggs out of you? Was the needle?
Well, then you have to have no, and then you pop them out.
Hatch the eggs.
And then you go to the bathroom one day and you have all these eggs.
It's there.
I have a funny story. Speaking of like hatching and chickens and eggs. My family lives in Georgia. My grandma lives like super South Georgia, and she has chickens. And so my mom gifted Amaya a chicken to like leave at my grandma's house. And so my mom calls me like, "Hey, tell Amaya that her chicken laid an egg." So I'm like, "Maya, your chicken laid an egg. Do you want to name it Sunny Side Up or Scrambled?"
Oh, damn. Oh, did Maya get it?
After a minute, yeah.
Okay.
You killed my egg.
That's ruthless. That is ruthless.
How old is Amaya now?
8.
8?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you seen how tall she is now, too? She's like,
She's in here somewhere.
Yeah.
she's a string
She'll
bean,
pop
too.
in here and talk about her Labubus.
I know, for real. Tara would always say this. I'm going to butcher the quote, but it like now Ben and I always say it. It's like, do you want to be the chicken or the pig? Do you want to be committed or a part of the or like something like that? And so all these Tarisms are always floating through my head. It's going to bother me. Now I can't remember what it is. Do you get it though? Like the pig is killed, like the bacon.
Yeah.
And then the chicken just is a part of it.
Poor pig.
Okay. Next.
That's an interesting one.
Yep. Moving on. So, what episode was it? When we had Deja on, we were talking about just my opinion was that I think now rosters need to be expanded before, we add any more expansion teams. Like, we've had, 3 people out. Like, now we're at 10 people. Like, it puts a lot of strain on, people that are signed to hardships, like, all of that. So how do you think expanding rosters could impact player development, team chemistry, and like the overall competitiveness of the W?
Do you agree with that?
Cam, Megan and I talked about it on our podcast right after you
I
said
know. It made me feel really good about myself, to be honest. It's like I said something of substance.
I agree and I disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm on both sides in a sense, but like on its face, yeah, WNBA teams need more roster spots for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I even said it on there. It's like, you guys have been on the teams that have dropped to 9 and you can't even do layup lines normal. You can't scrimmage on the road. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm with you that we need to do it. It's just the trade-offs make it trickier, because I know, like in our last CBA, the CBAs before that, I didn't want to give up money for a 13th spot, because once you start adding players, everybody has to give up a little bit of money. So that's where it gets a little tricky. But I actually think expansion, the teams expanding, helps player development more, to be honest, because like, look at the Valkyries, right? So like those 12 players, they're going to get more run than if they wouldn't literally be the 12th player on any of these WNBA teams. Don't take that literally. Those players would be playing also, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they would get less playing time. So I think more teams does help the issue of player development. But teams need an extra spot or two, because we see it every year. Every year, some team gets hit with injuries and it becomes a whole big thing. So that the league needs to, in the CBA negotiations, I think the players and the league will probably talk about that. Hopefully they land somewhere.
Yeah. What do you think?
So I agree. I see both sides.
Yeah. I think it's crazy how people are like, well, just add a development league. I'm like, are you crazy?
Now we have AU and Unrivaled. And I mean, it's kind of seems like the players that did Unrivaled and even AU, it's like translating a little bit more.
I think everyone that's been a part of that has improved. I mean, it makes sense. You're getting more runs. But
we'll see about maybe the fatigue aspect of it, kind of similarly to going overseas, obviously.
I'm curious, like something I'm noticing is like different from, and I'm actually curious what you guys think, like different from like 15 years ago, like a while ago, like way back, it was like top picks were having instant impact in terms of like, they'd be WNBA first teamers. And don't get me wrong, we saw Caitlin do that last year. But I feel like we're seeing so many more stories of players that in year 4 or 5, then they start to hit. Like 3, 4, 5. It just takes a couple of years. Do you like, what is that? I'm always like curious. I'm like, is college different? Is the league better?
I think there's just certain generational players. Like, I mean, Caitlin, I would say before that with Asia. Yeah, you just kind of, I don't think it's every year that's going to happen, because those players don't kind of come around every single year. But yeah, I think it's just more about the particular player.
Yeah, you're right. Like, it takes 4 or 5 years. Like, it does take a lot of time to adjust to the physicality and the schedule and, just how the league is. I mean, in college, like, everything's done for you, and the style of play, like at Stanford, like I rarely set a on-ball screen. Like I was talking.
That's crazy.
I was talking with Reagan, our GM, about that the other day. Like I was only in drop coverage. Like there's just
I remember
so
camp
many.
last year.
Yeah, like I was only in drop. They were like, Cameron, get the fuck up to touch. Like, and I was like, I don't know what that means. I have learned so much, sitting and observing. There's something like about knowing that you're not going into a game. Like I feel like you just absorb so much more about the game and what's the nuances. But yeah, I think it's going to take me a couple more years to really get my footing. So yeah, I really think, the league is no joke. It is no joke. The W is the first professional sports league in the U.S. to launch a league-wide Pride campaign. And now the other leagues host Pride nights. I actually didn't even know that, but I guess makes sense. Like every other fan would throw a fit if that was another thing in a league. So I'm glad we set that example. How does it feel to be able to use your platform to talk about, your sexuality and just, owning who you are? I feel like it's obviously helped so many people, countless people.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it just feels good to be able to be yourself. That's like the best part of it is you don't have to hide it, or I don't have to hide it anymore. And that's how you're able to live like a full life, right? Like being your authentic self. And then the wonderful part of that is you're also helping people at the same time. So they get to maybe see you living that way, and then they learn, they're inspired by it. So it's definitely something that I enjoy about, being part of this community, but also don't take for granted. Because there was definitely a time where I never felt like unsafe as if I was going to be attacked, luckily, especially being in the world of women's sports. But, like scared of what people would say and how people would treat me. That was like a real thing for me. So to be able to be, proud about it and to help others is pretty cool.
I genuinely think it's so great that you use your platform. And like, I know so many of my teammates at Stanford, like look up to you and, think you're the best. I obviously think you're the best, but what you do is doesn't go unnoticed. So happy Pride.
Happy Pride, everybody.
So we are now at the end of the show. We usually wrap with, we have some notes, but this week we have no notes.
This new segment is called Dub Cam, where we show love to teammates, players, or people in your life that did something special this week.
Do you want to start?
This week I want to shout out Kiki Iriafen from the Washington Mystics. I felt like, coming into the draft that there was I guess doubt behind her being like a top pick. And I think she's really proven people wrong. I mean, obviously people compared her to Asia, which everybody was like, but I think she's showing a lot of potential. And
I practiced against her for 3 years. She's a tough matchup. She's so strong, so quick. Her first step is one of the quickest first steps I've seen. And I'm thankful that I got to just, work with her because I think we both sharpened each other's skills. I think, I fouled her a lot, so she learned how to play through physicality. We had some practices where we really went at each other. But no, she's a great teammate. She's a great person. And it's really not easy being a rookie.
Yeah, no, she's hooping.
She's really doing well.
Shout out Kiki.
Shout out Kiki. This week, I want to shout out our teammate, Liatu King. She's signed on a hardship right now.
Yeah.
But we're so lucky that she was with us through most of training camp. So she knows all of our plays. Like, she gets the system. And she's just genuinely like a good teammate.
She plays hard.
She gets it. She plays hard. She's a great offensive rebounder. So I don't know. I've connected with her. I really just enjoy her presence. And I also really think it's cool. Like, she's a stylist. Like, she styles people. Like, she has a great sense of fashion. She kills the tunnel fits. So league fits, post our girl too. So yeah, I've enjoyed, just being around her. She's been a positive light for us.
Yeah, I agree.
So you got anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, I can give some shouts. I'm going to go with, I just went to the Storm game, my first live Storm game this year, last night. And Gabby Williams is low-key balling, guys.
She's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabby's always been good, obviously. I played with her in my final season. Always so fun to be around. But right now, I feel like her playing overseas, her playing on that French national team, it's like all coming together for her.
Yeah.
And I for Bird's Eye View, I was actually talking about it. She's averaging career highs in literally almost every category.
Yeah.
Like every category except like one. So shout out to Gabby.
Yeah, her confidence is definitely like taken off.
I really like talking about playing overseas. Like, I feel like that's something that I should do in my time as a player. I was going to ask, what do you think? Like
where?
I don't know. Somewhere where they'll pay me well.
Before, I would have agreed with you. I would have said, yeah, go, because it's like a great experience. But now you could travel.
Yeah, you're right. But, I've just, you hear good things about EuroLeague, and obviously, like, I'm signed with Unrivaled. So I'm so, like, I'm excited. I can't wait to actually play in that league. But I don't know, maybe at, some point in my career, it'd be cool to, play in France, or I lived in the Netherlands for 3 years. What is so funny? Maybe I won't do it.
You already lived overseas? You're good.
Yeah,
then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's usually
so it's not worth it? Everyone says it's so cool.
It is cool to go and live and like have that experience part of it, but to actually play basketball over there, just for like, I don't know.
I don't know if you need it. I wouldn't do it. I guess if you're dying to experience the basketball, if you told me you were like dying to experience EuroLeague, I'd be like, okay, go do it one time. But it's usually the experience of overseas.
Yeah.
It's like what Dearica said, like, it's kind of like the whole thing, and you can just travel now and play in Unrivaled. Wait, do you guys think about Unrivaled next year and how crazy it's going to be with free agency? Because everybody's going to be a free agent.
There's going to be like boat parties in Miami.
Oh my God, Unrivaled's going to be nuts.
Will you come? Will you go to games?
Did you go?
I do want to come. I was supposed to come this year, something changed in my schedule, I couldn't make it, I'm definitely coming. I want to come check it out.
Lunar Owls, Hootie Hoo.
Vinyl,
No.
See, ooh.
What?
Yeah.
Sue.
And that's a
never
wrap
heard
on
that.
episode 19.
Sue.
Straight to Cam, a Wave original.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I'd heard Hootie Hoo before. I'd never heard Brick Brick. I liked it.
You're doing it wrong, but it's okay.
Whatever. I'm on the ones and twos. I'm on my own ones and twos. I'm making my way up.
Period.
Okay, that is a wrap on episode 19 of Straight to Cam, a Wave original. Shout out to Sue. Make sure you listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts at Straight to Cam.
And follow the show on all social media platforms, Straight to Cam, to keep up with the best clips throughout the week.
See you next Monday.